What a difference a few months can make in this sport of bodybuilding, forever evolving, of course. Patrick Moore, Sergio Oliva Jr. If you had asked me before the Arnold Classic who was better between these two, I would have said Patrick Moore, no doubt. I even did a comparison between Sergio's Mr. Olympia appearance, his last Mr. Olympia appearance, and, of course, Patrick Moore's this version, his Mr. Olympia debut. But it was just not the same way at the Arnold Classics, was it? I believe to be humble in the sport can go a long way, and Patrick Moore was anything but humbled. If he had went on Dave Palumbo's show and said, well, who knows? Maybe Sergio would have beat me. Who knows? And maybe he will beat me up at the upcoming Arnold Classic. He's a great athlete, but I'm going to do my best. Something like that. Not, he's not even in my league. Why would he even compare us? Well, guess what, Patrick? You had to eat your words because they were not comparing you because you were way worse than Sergio at the Arnold's Classics. But no disrespect meant to Patrick Moore. The front double bicep pose could honestly go either way when you look at this one. Patrick Moore, he has such a sheen, such a finish. Of course, the lighting was perfect, things of that nature. But if you think about it, 2019 Mr. Olympia got more criticism for the lighting and things of that nature than any other Olympia. So why was the lighting so good for Patrick Moore? I think he was just really good. But anyway, it's a close one here. The biceps, the arms, virtually identical. Of course, I like the lower lats for Patrick Moore. That's a long torso that Sergio has to deal with. His old man didn't have that to deal with. It's a battle. It's a battle. Patrick might get a slight edge in this pose. He's definitely getting an edge in the front lat spread, though. Sergio just does not have the tools to deal with Patrick Moore in this pose. All I can see is lats. I've mentioned this before, this comparison. He is like a king cobra, is Patrick Moore in this shot. And had he brought this conditioning to the Arnold Classic rather than that he did at the Mr. Olympia 2019, I think he would have placed much higher. I think the judges would have seen that. And even if he had improved, you got to think, guys, improvement is what the judges are looking for. The side chest pose. Now, this is one that could honestly go either way. And I'm not being blinded by this awesome lighting. Blinded by the light. Yes, I get it. You can definitely see some striations in the glutes and the hamstrings of Sergio. And like I said, I'm not being bamboozled by that good lighting. Patrick Moore, he does look good here. He has a better waistline, but it's almost a toss-up, guys, when I look at the chest. Maybe another slight edge to Patrick Moore, but I hate keep doing that. But you got to be fair when it comes to bodybuilding and judging. There is no side tricep comparison. For some reason, I could not dig one up of Sergio Oliva Jr. Very, very strange. Vexing as well. The rear lat spread. Now, this is a comparable shot. I actually think Sergio, when I look at the glutes, he might be in better condition. And I get a lot of criticism on my just looking at the glutes. Listen, guys, I'm not in love with glutes. I don't watch bodybuilding and look at men's butts. But listen to me right now, and you talk to any pro, and they'll agree with this. This is the last line of storage for fat storage in your lower back and your butt. And if you can get that striated and fat-free, then that's conditioning, guys. That's dieting 101. But having said that, Patrick Moore, when I look at the back, he might be a little bit more separated, a little bit more detail. His arms may be too big for this shot. Makes a nice frame, though. Having said that, I honestly don't think Sergio could have taken the Mr. Olympia version of Patrick Moore. Rear double bicep. It's funny. Patrick's pose, it kind of gets smaller. His lats, they get smaller when he goes and shoots this shot. And on the contrary, Sergio Oliva Jr. looks as wide as a house. Made him a little bit shorter here. I believe he's a little taller than Patrick Moore, but he's crouching down. He's leaning back, creating a lot of thickness in those lower lats. On the contrary, this time I believe Patrick Moore has less detail in the back development than Sergio Oliva Jr. So Sergio, he's not losing both back shots. Not at all. Not at all. He's definitely winning this one. in my opinion. Now, it's strange. Patrick Moore's Abanthai, I'm sure he would win, and I could not find one of Sergio Oliva Jr., and it gets very vexing. I was going to use some screenshots, but I don't like doing that, especially when I'm using all pictures. And throw an dirty old screenshot in there, it just looks ugly. But anyway, Patrick Moore, it's safe to say that he would have won. He would have won the Abanthai. But you can't say for sure. Most muscular? Now, this is a debatable one as well. Sergio doesn't look quite as hard and crisp as Patrick Moore. But, I don't know. There's always the crab, most muscular. A lot of people like this one of Sergio. I don't know, I do not. I just, something about it. Doesn't have no pop, no flair, no sizzle, if you will. Well, guys, this is a little bit of a lackluster matchup. It would be a hard one to judge. To be honest, it would be an interesting situation if Patrick Moore were to bring this condition to the next stage that these two do meet. And hopefully Sergio doesn't let this victory, it was somewhat of a victory. He improved at the Arnold Classic. So if he lets this somewhat of a victory go to his head like Patrick Moore did, he could poop the bed his next appearance, and Patrick Moore could wipe the floor with him. It could go either way with these two. Structurally, they're both the same height, things of that nature. It's an awesome little matchup. These two are the future of the IFBB. Mark my words on that one. Hope you enjoyed this little comparison. Look forward to many, many more with these two. This is just scraping the surface. This is just knocking on the door between this feud. So look forward to many more. Hit thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you have not already. Have a great day.